Hello and welcome to Modern Toy Fair Reviews. Today I am taking a look at the Mafex Dark Knight Returns Batman and Robin 2-pack. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below if you've picked these up or if you are still on the fence. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more toy-related content. But that is enough chitter chatter. Let's go ahead and get at her. Alright, so let's take a look at how they both turned out. We'll start with Batman. You've got those short ears on the mask. You've got those wrinkles in his scalp, on his eyebrows. You've got the white eyes, the big chin, the frowning face. You've got the little plastic piece for the cowl where it goes into the cape. You've got little outlines for his ears to show that it's kind of like a skin-tight mask versus being like an armor. As you can see though, with Mafex lately, for whatever reason, I don't know if they're rushing through things, but some of the paint apps aren't great, so like the black and yellow on the symbol is a little off. As always, you've got all the wrinkles throughout the costume, which look fantastic, really give it that fabric feel without it being soft goods. Then, of course, you've also got that yellow belt. It's a little brighter. Also, I wanted to point out, people have been saying the torso is a little different. It's hard to tell on camera, but it is a little smoother going from the top part of the torso to the bottom. There's a little less of a gap. It's nothing crazy, but it's noticeable. It's just not enough to show on camera. And same with the arms, though. You've got the wrinkles going down through them, showing more of that kind of spandex look to it, which I really love. It's all, I'm pretty sure, except for the torso, reused from the other Batman. Let's be honest here. You've got those bright blue gloves with some shading going through them and going down through the hands and the fingers, which looks great. Again, you've got that bright yellow utility belt, which I don't really care for. I wish it had at least some shading or something to it. Same with like the one for the leg. Like I get like it's part of the aesthetic, but still. And it does have these little knives on the back here. They don't come out or anything. They're just there for looks, but it's kind of weird because the knives have more shading to them than the actual belt piece itself. And then going down through the legs, like more of that fabric, and then even the boots have wrinkles. I love it. It just looks so fantastic. This is my definitive Dark Knight Returns Batman like series for sure. Sorry, I liked the Mezco ones, but Mafex takes the cake easily. I will say the only thing I'm not a huge fan of with Mafex is the cape. The pleated look, I get it, but it's not great for me. The back, just completely jacked, muscular, more of the wrinkles and stuff going through the tights. So I really like how this figure turned out. But now it's time to move on to Robin, who, let's be real, this is going to be the real star of the 2-pack because we've already gotten a couple Batmans, but oh, the hair, you've got that swoopy ginger hair and all the details going through it. You've got the green glasses that have that real like weird like dystopian future look that they had in the Dark Knight Returns. You've got the plastic piece there for the collar. You've got the bright red with the little straps in yellow and the yellow R. You've got the belt, green for the sleeves, and then she's like super pale going down to her glove where it's green again. Kind of really offsets it. Definitely matches up with what we've seen in the books. We've got the bright white legs and then the little pixie shoes. One thing that's cool though is this could definitely double as like a first appearance Dick Grayson Robin, so I might have to get a second one to get a Dick Grayson head to put on it. Again, not a huge fan of the capes, but it is what it is. Back to the costume, you've got a little bit of wrinkles and stuff in the back of the red, and then just more of those pale legs. So they did a fantastic job, though. I really like how this turned out. Alright, on to articulation. So with the head, you do get some motion. The collar for his cape does get in the way, though, because his shoulders are so big. So you do get a little bit of up and down. A lot more to the side by side, though. As you can see, he does have a joint in the neck, both at the head and where it connects to the body, so you do get a little more motion. You will notice it's a lot more articulated though once you get to the midsection, because it does have a joint in the hips and rib cage, so forward and back's pretty far. You can kind of manipulate it, but if you go too far, it does kind of leave that big open gap. It does rotate quite a bit as well, both at the hips and at the ribs, so you can get a lot of different pose options there. Arms go up pretty far. You do have that lovely butterfly joint in there that rotates all the way around, and then it swings forward and backward. Also have the bicep swivel, there goes his arm or his hand. The double jointed elbows only go so far because of his bicep is so massive, but it's more than enough for what he needs. As you can see, wrists do go forward, backwards, and rotate. They do come off a little easy, which is kind of nice. At the same time, also a hindrance at other points. Legs go out only so far because of his hips, but you can kind of pop them down like you can with most Mafex figures, almost like you're dislocating it to get more range. Double joint knees, and then you do also have the rotation at the hip because it has that kind of double, almost like a joint inside of it, the actual leg itself. Then you've got the toe hinge along with the ankle pivot forward and backwards and all the way side by side. So you do get a lot of motion once you get down past the shoulders for sure, because while the head is not great, everything else can move in almost every direction you'd possibly want. He is a little difficult to stand at times though, because he's a little tight hinged in some places more than others. On to Robin though. So Robin, you do have a little bit more range with the head just because the collar is a little smaller, so you can go up and down, tilt side to side, and again you do have that double joints for the neck. Arms do go up. Now with the like rotator cuff inside there, it's a little different. Like it actually like kind of shifts up and down, so like you can get different positions for the arm to get like closer to the body or further away from the body. It's honestly got more range than it usually does. It does rotate. You do have double joint elbows. Or actually, I don't know if it's a double joint, but I think it's a single ball joint, but it goes as far as like a double joint would be. You've got the ball joint at the wrist, goes forward and backwards and twists all the way around with those itty bitty hands. Be careful not to lose those. The waist, insane amount of articulation. Just like Batman, she has the joint both at the rib cage and the hip, so you can get pretty much every direction you possibly need. Legs are hindered by the bottom of the kind of shirt. You do have the double joint knees though. It does have a little hinge there so you can rotate, and then you do get quite a bit of range forward, back, side to side, and also the toe hinge for the feet. And they do both have wired capes as well, if I didn't mention that already. So you can get a lot of dynamic poses out of both of these figures. Okay, so we have the accessories. There is the alternate Batman head, which is a lot more angry. You got those teeth showing. Then you've got the Bruce Wayne head and neck. So you've got that skin tone neck to be able to pop in and out like this. Pretty easy. Just pops right off like that. It's honestly easier to get the neck out than it is to get the head off at this point. Then you do have the folded down mask, just like you got with the Triumph of Batman. And it just pops right back down on there. And voila, unmasked Bruce Wayne. So really like that head sculpt. Then we've got the alternate head for Carrie Kelly with the like swoopy hair, followed by the hands. We've got those flat hands, the reaching and choking hands. We've got the cape gripping hands, the little slice there with the thumb. We've got the batarang holding hands, which you get this here. You get 4 of these little batarangs. Nice bright silver with a little bit of detail, and they just pop between the fingers. Then Robin has the slingshot, like cocked hands, and then a pair of relaxed hands, followed by the slingshot holding hands. And then, of course, you have the slingshot. There's one that's relaxed, and then there's one that's actually pulled back and even has a little silver ball in it. And then this just pops into the holding hands like so. You have to kind of twist so it's a little bit of a tight fit. Oh, it fell off. Give me 1 second here. So you've got that. And then with the cocked back hand, it just kind of pops on like so. Let me grab it here. So you just kind of squeeze it in between her index finger and her thumb. Alright, so let's have a size comparison here. So they are with the Dark Knight Returns Joker, which I feel like Joker is a little small from where he should be. Deadpool, about the same height. Robin just scales great with everything because of how tiny she is. Mafex Batman, not Mafex, Mezco Batman, the Sovereign Knight Batman. It looks about the same height, maybe a little bit taller. Scale's okay with Robin. I feel like you could probably fudge it if you really wanted to. Super 7 Ultimate's Donnie, definitely a better fit if you want to mix and match your 80s Turtles with your 80s Batman. For the Legends fans, here's Jon Favreau. He's just a smidgen shorter than Batman, and now I kind of want him as Alfred. Alright, and last up is the box art. So you've got the Dark Knight Returns logo, the Mafex and Metacom logos, Batman Blue version and Robin down at the bottom, picture of the figures. We've got the Frank Miller artwork there in the back. You can see it wraps all the way through the box. Pictures and logos on the sides of both of them in different poses. Top just has a logo and a little bit more of the window. Bottom, all of the please don't put this in your mouth and choke warnings. And then the back has all of these wonderful, beautiful images of the figures in different poses, kind of showing them off. So you can see what potential you really have there. So I really like the Mafex boxes, not a lot to complain about. Okay, as expected, I am a huge fan of this set. I love The Dark Knight Returns. It's my favorite interpretation of Batman. I am a huge fan of the dynamic with him and Carrie Kelly, so I'm happy to finally have a good figure of her for a change. I really am not a fan of the light blue and gray Batman costume, but it's another Dark Knight Returns Batman for the shelf, so I'm happy. I'll probably put Carrie with the either with the battle damaged triumphant Batman or the all black and gray one. I haven't decided yet. But I'm super excited that these managed to come out this year. It was a great early Christmas present to have this show up a few days before. Really can't say enough great things about it. I can't wait for the Armored Batman and the Superman to come out. I also got the Joker, but I got him so late that I just never got around to actually doing a review for him, so I might circle back to that eventually. But as always, please make sure to like and subscribe for more toy-related content. We've got the reviews, we've got Toy Therapy, where we talk to different people in the toy community about their collections, and we've got the Modern Toy Fair podcast, where if you're watching this video when it comes out, next week we are going to have our Festivus Top 10 special, where me, Jamar, and Nate go through and count down our top 10 figures of 2021, so don't miss out on that. Also, make sure to go follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. And of course, leave a comment below of what your thoughts are on the figure. If you're on the fence, did this sway you one way or another? Let me know. I always love to hear what people have to say about the figures that I review. But hopefully we'll see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.